Hi, my name is Jared Jones, and I'd like to take just a few minutes today to talk about how to find that delicate balance when you're juggling multiple priorities. Specifically today, I want to talk about juggling school, work, and a family. Now, it's been said that being a student is a full-time job. It's also been said that having a family is a full-time job. And then there's the obvious actual full-time job. So how do you successfully juggle 3 full-time jobs? Well, being successful when juggling any task, but especially more than one, depends largely upon how you prioritize your commitments. I've been married for 7 years. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. I've been a full-time student both online and on campus for 3 years, and I work 40 hours a week. I can tell you from experience that when you have a family, you have to work to support them. And you go to school so that you can support them better, because every parent wants their children to have better opportunities than they themselves were given. So essentially, you find yourself mired in 3 full-time jobs. All 3 of them are number 1 priority. Well, I'm going to tell you today how you can tackle all 3 and be successful at each one. First and foremost, your family is or should always be your number 1 priority. Nothing on earth is more important than the well-being of our children and our spouse. Our children, specifically, come first. Growing children are in constant need of one thing or another, be it clothes, shoes, food, or a visit to the doctor. The needs of our children always come before those of our own. And oftentimes, the things that our children want come before many of the things that we as parents need. We're going to make sure that our children are taken care of. And in any successful marriage, you have to ensure that your spouse is taken care of as well. When you establish a family, you're making a commitment that you're going to take care of that family. And that is your number 1 priority. Now, most of us weren't blessed with sufficient wealth to be able to take care of our family without having to work. Providing for our children and our spouse requires a significant source of funding. For most of us, that source of funding comes in the way of a full-time job. Now, since providing for our family is our number 1 priority, then it only makes sense that our job, which is our primary means of providing that support, is also our number 1 priority. Without a steady income, we wouldn't be able to provide a home for our family. Those clothes and shoes and food and doctor visits wouldn't be possible without a job to pay for it all. So it only makes sense to place your job at the top of your priority list, even with your family. So now we have 2 number 1 priorities, your family and a job to support them. Now we throw a 3rd priority in the mix. You go to school so that you can expand your career possibilities and provide a better life for your family. We all want our children to grow up with better opportunities, more possibilities, and a better life than we enjoyed when we were growing up. No one wants to scrape by forever, struggling to provide the things that our children and our spouse need and want. You want to be comfortable knowing that whatever may arise, you can provide the things that your family needs without putting too much of a strain on your budget. And education is key to making yourself more valuable to employers, expanding your earning potential, and establishing that comfort level within the financial well-being of your family. So how could you sensibly place an education anywhere on your priority list other than at the top, equal to your family and your job? So you have 3 priorities: family, work, and school. All 3 are number 1 priorities. As I've discussed, both school and work revolve around providing for your family. So you could say that your family is your central priority, but you can't feasibly say that work or school are any less important. So your family, along with your job and your school, are all your number 1 priorities. Now, sleep would obviously be a close second, because without sleep, your performance at work and at school would suffer. But sleep doesn't put food on the table. So if you place equal importance on your family, your job, and your schoolwork, then you can be successful at all three.